Good morning, students. In previous video session, we have discussed the first volume book, and we have completed the fifth unit in the last class. And I gave you the important questions from the fifth unit also. And today onwards, we are going to start our new topic from the second volume book. It is very easy unit. This sixth unit. See, name is gravitation. We are all familiar with gravitation, and from our smaller grade, we are talking about the gravitational force. And the first person who talk about this gravitation is Sir Isaac Newton. You see, we are a human being, and we all wonder about the things which is happening in the sky. We are wonder about how the stars are twinkling, how these planets are moving around the sun, and we are always curious about the things, and we are wonder about the things which is happening in the sun. And when we are small, when I am small, I used to wonder about how this sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I wonder about that sun, how the sun rises in the east, and evening time we can see it sets in west. And still many people comes to our Kanyakumari to see the sunrises and sunset. This is what I said. We are human beings. We are wonder about the things which is happening in the sky. Like Newton, also one of the person who is wonder about these things, and he studied, he predicted, he gave some of the theory about this gravitation, and he found out this gravitation force. You see, in 17th century, Sir Isaac Newton, he proposed the theory, he developed the theory of gravitation. This gravitation is one of the active areas now. In 20th century, still from 17th century to 20th century, this gravitation is one of the active area, and many people are doing research in this area. Even you can be a researcher in this gravitation field. Then, in 1915, Sir Albert Einstein proposed, just theoretically he told one thing. From his mind and from his findings, he said that he just said that he didn't prove it. He just explained, he just predicted about the gravitational waves in 1915. So in 1915, this Albert Einstein just theoretically said about these gravitational waves. Now in 2017, another scientist they have done their research, and they found out what this Albert Einstein said was correct. And in 2017, he got a Nobel Prize for his theory gravitational waves. So, what is this gravitational waves? Gravitational waves means it's just I will say you assume that this is a rubber sheet, okay? Like this, take on rubber sheet and tie this rubber sheet from four ends somewhere. After tying this rubber sheet, if you are throwing a stone inside it, what will happen means there is a disturbance will happen in the area where we are throwing the stone, and there one wave is producing. That is what gravitation means. Like that, in the space, when these black holes are there, stars are there, when these two masses hit each other, there is a disturbance which is happening due to this heavy mass, and a large amount of energy is released from the atom due to this interaction between the black holes and so this energy is producing with the same speed of light. That is what the disturbance which is happening in the space due to this disturbance. Due to this what you can tell the collision of these two different masses or the heavy masses. So this is a concept. When two heavy mass hitting each other, there is a disturbance which is happening in the space. So there is a what waves. There is a wave energy, large amount of energy is releasing in the same speed of light. You know the speed of light 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. With the same 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, with the same speed, what this energy is releasing. Energy is releasing. Like this. Suppose two black holes are there. Like this, when two black holes moving, and when this comes near, this will rotate very fast. This will rotate very fast. Finally, these two will get interact each other, and these two black hole becomes a big black hole. Now there is a ripple wave like this. Ripple wave like this. Ripple waves will form. That is what the gravitational waves are. This thing was predicted years back. In 1915, Sir Albert Einstein just predicted this theory in 1915, and it is clearly explained after many years. Then in 2017, he got a Nobel Prize for his predictions. This is what the wondering which is happening around us. So in this unit, we are going to study about the gravitation and all, and we will study some laws and Newton's laws, Kepler's laws, like these laws and all we will study. Then first thing, in this first thing is geocentric model. So after this scientists, you see, many people are coming, many researchers and many physicists, they are coming and they are predicting something, they are finding something like that. In 2nd century, Claudius Ptolemy, he proposed a theory, he explained the theory. The theory name is what? Given geocentric model. What is this theory? He was just observed, we are standing on the earth. When we are standing on the earth, when we look the stars and other planets, night time going outside while looking our sky, what you can see means we are at the center, all others are at our sides. That is what Claudius told me in 2nd century after his observation through the naked eye. After the observation through his naked eye, he proposed a theory that is called, that theory is what? Named as geocentric model. In this theory, what he said means, Earth is at the center. That is his theory. Geocentric theory means, he said Earth is at the center, all other planets including what? Sun, moon, all the celestial object and all the planets which is rotating around the Earth. That is what Claudius told, and that theory was named as geocentric model. That is what he said means this one. all the motion of celestial object like earth, all the celestial object like water, sun, moon, everything which is rotating around the earth. That is what is theory. And after some year, another person in 15th century, another researcher, another physicist, another person came and he proposed a new theory. So in 2nd century, Claudius Ptolemy explained, he said that earth is at the center, all other celestial objects like sun, moon and all other planets which is rotating around the earth. After many years, in 15th century, again another person, his name is Nicolaus Copernicus. Is Nicolaus Copernicus, he said what? Not sun, not earth, sun is at the center, all other celestial objects, all other planets which is rotating around this sun. That is what he said, the sun was considered be at the center, all other planets including the earth orbiting around the sun. That is what Nicolaus Copernicus said. And for this theory they named heliocentric model. So this is what two theory, geocentric model and heliocentric model. So geocentric model, what is said? Earth is at the center, all other planets which is rotating planets and the celestial object including the sun, moon and everything which is rotating around this earth. And another theory which is proposed by who? In heliocentric model, Nicolaus Copernicus proposed another theory. In his theory he explained earth is what? Not at the center. Sun is at the center and all other planets including our earth which is rotating around this sun. That theory is what? Heliocentric. And so you can see in page number 192, geocentric model, heliocentric model. You can mark and study what is this theory, that much you can study. Then after that another scientist, Tycho Brahe, he spent his whole life to study about these stellar objects. He observed all these things by his naked eye and he gave many ideas. And based on his observation, this Johannes Kepler, he proposed some theory. This Tycho Brahe, he spent his whole life to observe these stellar objects. He was observing with his naked eye. Just he was looking and he was giving some suggestion, he was giving some ideas, and based on this, what Johannes Kepler, he gave some laws. That is what Kepler's laws. There are three laws: Kepler's first law, second law, third law. This is the first important question in this unit. It is a very important. It is a very important 3-mark question. Kepler's. What is first law? First law is what? Law of orbit. Law of orbit. In this law, he said that each planet move around the sun is an elliptical orbiter with the sun at the one of the foci. Each planet move around the sun in an elliptical orbiter and what? With the sun is at the foci. It means, you see this diagram, he said that sun is at the center and it is the focal point. All other planet which is moving around the sun in elliptical orbit. How he said that the sun is rotating in elliptical orbit? And for that also he is giving that explanation. You see, sun is at the center, and it is a focus, and this planet which is moving around the sun in an elliptical orbit based on this point only he said. He said that there is a point which is nearby the sun is called perihelion. And there is a point which is far from the sun, that is aphelion, and he considered two axes, a minor axis and a major axis. And the minor axis, this is what, B, and the major axis A. And due to this major axis and the minor axis, what are? This will rotate in elliptical orbit only. Like that only he gave his first law. That is what, a law of orbit. What are? Each planet moves around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun is at the focus. Okay, and for 3 mark you can write only the laws, 3 laws, 3 mark, 5 mark means the whole thing with a diagram you have to write. But still there is no 5 mark asked. Yes, only 3 mark question. So 3 laws you have to write. So first law is law of orbit. Each planet moves around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun is at the focus. And the second law is what? The law of area. Law of area means, the second law is the radial vector sweeps equal area in equal interval of time. This is a radial vector. Radial vector means there is a line which is joining from the sun to planet. Here is a planet and this is a sun, and this line is joining from the sun to planet, and he said that it sweeps equal area in equal interval of time. You see, here he said that when the planet is at the very far, because in the first law he said sun is what at the center and the orbit, what orbit? Elliptical orbit. And in second law, you see this planet, when this planet is at far, when the planet is at very far, it travels faster, it travel slower. And when the planet is at nearby the sun, it travel faster. That is what you see, to cover equal distance, it travel faster and slow. And what is happening means, this area and this area, if you are finding this area, suppose you see this is 1 month. 1 month covered this much distance, and this distance, this is what another 1 month. So 1 month covered this much distance and another month covered this much distance. But if you are finding the area, this distance and this distance will be equal, and it takes equal interval of time. So to cover this equal area, equal distance, it is taking what? Equal interval of time. How? It is adjusting the speed, traveling faster, traveling slower, that much speed. So the second law is, what are the radial vector sweeps equal area in equal interval of time. First law, each planet move around the sun is in elliptical orbit with what? Sun is at the focus. Second law, what? The radial vector joining, that is what? Radial vector means a line joining from sun to the planet. So this radial vector sweeps equal area in equal interval of time. And the third law is law of period. Third law is what? Law of period. What is this law? The square of the time period of the revolution of a planet around the sun is in elliptical orbit is directly proportional to the cube of the what? Semi major axis of the ellipse. It is a little big law, but it is very important law. These three law you have to learn. What is this law? What is this law? The square of the, you see, t square is directly proportional to a cube. This is the law. T square is directly proportional to a cube. T means time period. A means the distance. This distance. Semi minor axis. Semi major axis, this distance. This distance only A. A means this distance. And the square of the time period of water, the revolution of a planet is proportional to water, the cube of the semi major axis. It means more distance, it takes water, more time. That is what it means. If more distance, more time. Time period increase if the distance increase. That is the third law. So again, remember these three laws. First law is what? First law is each planet moves around the sun in an elliptical orbit with the sun is at the okay. Second law is what? Second law is the radial vector which sweeps equal area in equal interval of time. And the third law is the square of the time period of revolution of a planet is around the sun in its elliptical orbit is directly proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis of the ellipse. T square is directly proportional to a cube. So, my dear students, from today's session, you have to study this Kepler's law. It is very important law. This three law, 3 marks. You have to learn. It is a book back question also. And here, geocentric model. Geocentric model means what? Who proposed this? Claudius Ptolemy proposed this theory, and he said that what? The Earth is at the center, all other planets and the celestial object which moves around this Earth. That is what a heliocentric model and geocentric model, and heliocentric model means what? Nicholas Copernicus proposed a theory. That theory is called what? Heliocentric theory. What is that theory? What is the theory? Yeah. It's a planet which moves around the sun. Okay. So he considered the sun is at the center, all the other celestial object and the planets, including our Earth, which is rotating around this sun. That is what a heliocentric model. Then you can go through this table 6.1. Go through this table 6.1. Then 3 Kepler's law, page number 2. Kepler's first law, law of orbit, law of area, law of period, page number 2 and 3. You can mark the 3 law and study. Thank you all. Bye bye.